Hey folks, I am here today at the Paddock and Kennesaw Farms in Gallatin, Tennessee. We're going to be taking a walkthrough of Southeastern's model home here, which is a courtyard home called the Annabelle floor plan. Now, if you're not familiar, they actually have three different types of homes here. They have bungalows, they have villas, and they have these courtyard homes, which we're going to be walking through here today. Now, this one in particular is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath property, and it comes in at 2195 square feet. It's 2 stories and features a 2-car garage. On that note, my name is Darren A. Wilson. I am a realtor here in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. Let's go ahead and take a walkthrough of Southeastern's model home here at the Paddock, right here in Gallatin, Tennessee, the Annabelle. All right, so here we are outside of the Annabelle. This comes in at $514,900 for the base price, okay? But once you start adding things on like the lot premium, design options, and whatnot, structural options, that price could very well go up. This elevation that you're looking at is elevation B, okay? They have 3 elevations total, and these homes can also be mirrored, okay? So it gives some variety to the homes on a block. If you had, a few of these, they're never going to allow them to be right next to each other, but they're going to want them a few doors down, maybe across the street, and to have a different elevation. So you might find yourself in a situation where you can get the right lot for a home like this, but maybe not get the elevation that you want because there's another home with the same floor plan and the same elevation, a couple doors down. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, these homes can also be mirrored. You see that a lot with townhomes, but you can also find that with any sort of home in a new construction development. Now, like I said before, we are here at the Paddock, okay? And it's a little confusing because it's part of Kennesaw Farms, all right? So you have the Paddock at Kennesaw Farms, and then you also have the Grove at Kennesaw Farms. They seem to have kind of dropped the Kennesaw Farms part when they talk about the Paddock, and they're only referring to the Grove at Kennesaw Farms right now. And the Grove is actually like a townhome section, kind of similar to what Southeastern has at Stonecrest, which is in Hendersonville, Tennessee, just next door. Similar vibe, a couple of the same floor plans over there as well. But they have a variety of different types of homes available here at the Paddock, okay? So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, they do have the courtyard plans, and you will see why this is a courtyard in a moment here, because there is in fact a courtyard outside. But they're also going to have the bungalows as well as the villas, okay? And there are 5 different types of courtyard homes. So you have the one that we're looking at today, which is the Annabelle, okay? This is actually as of right now, this is the largest home that they have available at the Paddock. And then they also have the Fulton and the Briley, which are both 3-bed, 2.5 bath. And then they have the Bedford, which is 3-bed and 2-bath. They're all relatively similar in square footage. The Fulton is 2041, Bedford is 1964. It's not clear what the Briley is, but these are all 2-story homes, okay? And then they also have the 5th one, which is the Elise, okay? And this is a single-story home that is a 2-bed, 2-bath, and it comes in at 1716 square feet. So several different options here, and that's just the Paddock courtyard homes, okay? They also have several others. They have the villas, 3 different types of homes there, and the bungalows, they're going to have 3 different types of homes there as well. Those are all looking, somewhere between the low 1,600 square feet up to not quite 2,000 square feet. Between the bungalows and the villas. So if you want to see those in the coming weeks and months here on this channel, be sure and subscribe and you can check those out. Now, here we are at the courtyard, and this is your covered patio section. You also have another patio section out there in the side yard. And if you're curious, you are actually able to have this fenced in with aluminum fencing. Okay, it's that same thing you can see right across the street there. Okay, the black aluminum fencing. You can't have a privacy fence. Okay, and the fencing is only allowed for the Annabelle and the courtyard homes in general on the side of the home. Okay, so you can't fence in the whole yard, but you can fence in the side where you have the courtyard. Okay, so also know that anything that is within that aluminum fence, as far as the grass and whatnot, will all have to be maintained by you. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, why do they have these patios on the side of the home? And the answer to that is because in the back is where your two-car garage is located. Now, here we are. This is the two-car garage. Obviously, these homes are all going to have an alleyway behind them. Okay, so you will have the two-car garage in the back of the home. And take a look at this right here. You see those, you have a transformer, you have a couple cable boxes there. Stuff like that's important to know before you get under contract with a new home, whether you're having it built from scratch or if it's spec or whatever. And especially if you're doing this remotely, it's important to know if something like that is going to be on the lot before you get under contract. It's good to be, have somebody there inspecting it for you to help you discern whether this is a lot that you want or not. Some people don't care. Some people don't mind that being there. It's not necessarily a big deal, but for some people it is, and they absolutely do not want that on their lot. So important to keep in mind that, that is something to look out for in all of these new communities, which all have underground utilities for the most part. There's very few new construction neighborhoods that don't have underground utilities, but what comes with that is the transformer in the front yard. Sometimes it's going to kind of depend. It'll be every 4 homes or so, and those cable boxes and whatnot are going to be a part of the neighborhood. Now, here we are still on the first floor in the primary bedroom, and as you saw just a second ago, there is a raised ceiling in this room, which makes it feel nice and spacious. You have those double doors into the primary bathroom, and you also have a nice walk-in closet, which we're going to check out here in just a second. But if you'll allow me, I need to just finish my rant about public utilities and whatnot on properties. One nice thing about these homes here at the Paddock is when you do have the garage in the back, it's nice that you can have those sort of tucked away so you don't see them in the front yard. That's really nice. In all honesty, you don't really see that very often, except where you do have homes with the garage in the back and you have an alleyway and whatnot. Makes it nice and convenient. But one other thing that's important to know too is when you are selecting your lot, sometimes you can have easements on the lot that are not yet utilized. Okay, and maybe there's no cable box on it right now, but in 2 years from now, Comcast wants to move into that neighborhood. The HOA says yes, and now they need cable boxes every 4 or 5 homes, and your home happens to be one of those homes. Well, it's just important to know that that's something that can happen in the future, and different little things like this are important to know before you select a new construction home and your lot. Okay, and the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to work with an agent that's representing you, because as much as we love our partners at all of the different builders, their job is to represent the builder, and you need somebody there looking out for you. If you're interested in that type of service, that's something that I do. I'll have my contact information down below in the description, as well as at the end of the video. Now let's talk real quick about location. Now, if you're not familiar with the area, Kennesaw Farms and the Paddock are located right off of Nashville Pike in Gallatin. Fun fact, Nashville Pike in Nashville is called Gallatin Pike, and it's called Main Street in Hendersonville, so go figure. But anyways, you're going to have shopping very close in either direction off of Nashville Pike. Now, you have Publix, you have Kroger, there's a lot of retail as well as restaurants and whatnot that's located not far from where you're at. You also have the conveniences of Hendersonville, which is not too far away, as well as downtown Gallatin. Now, if you're interested in the schools and whatnot, this is zoned for Station Camp schools, elementary, middle, and high school. So all 3 are zoned right here at the Paddock. Now, I can't believe I've gotten this far into the video without mentioning that this is actually a maintenance-free community here at the Paddock. So your HOA fee every month will cover the maintenance of the grounds as well as the exterior of the home. And what is that monthly HOA fee going to look like? Well, it is $185 monthly, and there is also an association transfer fee, which will just be a one-time thing right when you purchase the home and close on the home, of $1,300. Okay, so for all of that maintenance and for the common areas and whatnot of the neighborhood, $185 a month. Now, I should also mention that Southeastern does have incentives. Most of the builders have some sort of incentive going on pretty much all of the time for their homes. And basically, if you use their preferred lender as well as their preferred title company, there are incentives that you would have available that you can put towards the purchase of the home or your title fees or whatever it may be that will be paid for by Southeastern, which is very nice. These things can sometimes be, seasonal, but there's generally always something that they have going on at any point in time that they're promoting that you can take advantage of. Now, we mentioned towards the beginning of the video that the base price of this home is $514,900. But it's not impossible to find something at a lower price point in this same neighborhood if that's something that you need. Some of those other style homes that we were talking about earlier, the villas as well as the bungalows, are coming in at lower price points. So they are getting all the way down to the low fours. Okay, again, those are going to be probably like a townhome style, the villa style, as well as some of the single family homes as well are in the 400s. So it's not impossible that you can't find something that is more in the price range that works for you if you're working at a lower price range. And like I said, you also have the Grove at Kennesaw Farms as well, so you've got different options available to you. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention is that of all the Courtyard homes, the Fulton, the Bedford, the Briley, and this one, the Annabelle, the upstairs is all very similar in each one of these. So the upstairs is really just, it's sort of like a half the size of what the livable space downstairs is in each one of them. They all have a bonus room or a loft area, and they each have an additional 2 bedrooms and 1 full bath up there. Kind of like the way they're laid out is a little bit different, but it's basically the same stuff. So, you are going to have the master bedroom downstairs on each one of these, and that upstairs is going to look very similar. Now, with the Elise, which we talked about earlier, which is the only one of these Courtyard homes which is 1 story, is obviously going to look quite a bit different just out of the fact that, it's only 1 story. You will have the master bedroom up front in the house, as well as the second bedroom. There's only 2 bedrooms in that one and 2 full baths. So it will look quite a bit different just out of necessity. But those other ones, the downstairs are laid out a little differently. You can check that out on Southeastern's website, which is southeasternbuilding.net, and you can check out some of those different styles that they have available here at the Paddock. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you are considering purchasing a new construction home, whether it is a quick move-in or you're having a to-be built from scratch, I do always recommend that you have representation in front of the builder. I think it's really important to have somebody there who's in your corner, who's advocating for you. And if that's the type of thing that you're interested in doing, or even if you're just looking for a resale in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area, I would love for you to reach out to me. And my name is Darren A. Wilson. I am a realtor here in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. I love working with new construction and people who are relocating. You can find my contact information right here and also below in the description. If you want to learn more about what's going on in the market here in the Nashville area, you can sign up for my newsletter down below in the description. It's the top link. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel right here on YouTube. And I do home tours like this as well as neighborhood tours. So please subscribe to check more of those out. If you want to watch another video right now, you can check out this one, which is also a model home tour by Southeastern Building. It is the Hartley floor plan at Stonecrest in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Check it out. I'll see you guys later.